Every yard, every hit, every second. It's earned out here. This game demands more than just skill. It demands fuel. The right fuel. Cause out here it's not just about how hard you work. It's about how long you keep going. When the game gets real, drink bottle still.
Welcome in and welcome back to the Week 3 OUA season preview. Connor, a good slate of games this week, headlined with some Friday Night Lights action and going all the way into the Red and Blue Bowl. We're going to start here with the game of the week that is in the OUA. The number 1 Laurier Golden Hawks taking on the number 5 Queens Gaels. We saw Queens get back in the win column in dominant fashion last week. But Laurier's 2-0. They've looked very strong offensively, and that defense turns it up when they have to.
Yeah, they certainly do. And they've allowed a league, well, I shouldn't say league lowest, but second in the league in terms of points per game, 18.5 points per game. But they are facing off against a very talented offense led by Alex Freakin in those Queens Golden Gales.
Yeah, and we talked about it last week. The run game was going to start to open up as this RPO attack started to really develop. We saw that last week. Jared Cesare had a big clip and a couple big runs. Ethan Dahl as well has been a nice change of pace for them in the backfield. But Connor, what are you really looking forward to from this Queens offense here at home?
I'm looking forward to watching Alex Freakin spread the ball around. He's been doing it really well this year through 2 games. He's dotting his receivers. He's putting them in positions to make successful plays, and it's converting to points. Our favorite thing to talk about, right? It's converting into red zone opportunities, which they're converting into points. They've had 2 big games now, throwing up almost 40 points in that second game, over 40 points in that first matchup against Western. This offense can really open it up this year, and that's what I'm looking forward to watching out of Queens in this one.
And what I'm really looking forward to, Connor, on the other side of this one is the Laurier Golden Hawks' ability to play pick your poison. And whether it's Ryan Hughes, Ojutalayo, Atkinson, Ethan Jordan, Tayshawn Jackson, the names just go on and on and on for Cal Wither to throw the ball to. I'm interested to see how Queens kind of approaches this with that fast pass rush and just trying to speed up the quarterback who's playing his 3rd game back since coming up from the NCAA.
Yeah, a lot of big names on the outside for Cal Wither to throw to, but I think this is really going to come down to the veteran guys on the back end for that Queens defense, right? A lot of talented receivers, but on the flip side, a lot of talented DBs there. We know they can fly around that back end of that field, but it's going to be a big test. This is an electric Laurier offense as we've seen through 2 games here.
Other games to talk about, Connor, so we will move on. Your Ottawa GGs 2-0 to start off the year. They are heading all the way down to London to play against the Western Mustangs, who seem to be running the ball at a different clip compared to everyone else in the province. Excited to see this one, as it could just be a battle of ground games, and Charles Asselin finally getting that carries and touches number up to the level that we're used to.
Yeah, this is a battle between two 2-0 teams here. You're talking about ground games, Western, Ottawa, perhaps 2 of the most prolific through the start of the season, I want to say. But you talk about Charles Asselin, and as much as Western has this 1, 2, 3, even 4 combination of punches they can throw at you, Ottawa has found, and we talked about this in the recap, right? Ottawa has found a nice 1-2 punch of their own. I think that's going to certainly be a battle to watch, but also special teams. Ottawa's special teams through 2 games has played really, really well. Can they continue to create those opportunities? This is going to be a tough Western front. We know it is every year, right? Those guys play through the trenches. But what are we looking for out of Western in this one, Wade?
Honestly, I'm looking for Max von Muhldorfer to continue being a game wrecker. We saw it in week 1 against Queens, a couple big-time TFLs and stops for short gains. Last week, he was all over the field, pressuring McCray and Aboud as they went to throw the ball. He's having a phenomenal year coming back from the CFL camp. I'm expecting it to continue. This defense feeds off of him when he gets going. Guys like Soren Hallschmidt start to tee off. And then on the back end, if Josh Jansen's going to be throwing the ball down the middle of the field, I'm wanting Jackson McKay to start to etch his name in here as a young guy, a freshman who's ready to make some big time plays.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. Do you want to move on to the Battle of Toronto, the Red Blue Bowl, 2 1-1 teams? Let's see who comes out on top early for the city of Toronto in this one.
Well, we talked about ground games for this last game in Western and Ottawa. I think it's going to be the complete opposite in Toronto. We've seen the Varsity Blues really just rely on Scott Barnett to distribute to his playmakers. And conversely, Keegan Hall, former OUA All-Star, he is going to throw the ball across the park. We saw them try to do that when they went to Ottawa. But this one is going to come down to defenses creating pressures. And if you're going to want to throw the ball across the field, you better have that front 5, 6, 7 man pro shored up to enable you to do that. Have quick options, have quick outs, and be confident in your decisions. So for Toronto, I'm wanting to see Barnett just take care of the ball. And for York, get back to what you guys do. Get your playmakers in space and let Keegan Hall distribute.
Absolutely. And we know that you're talking about defenses here. We know Greg Knox is going to scheme something up here to deal with the powerhouse that has been the Toronto Varsity Blues offense so far at the start of the season. But this makes me call back a little bit to the yesteryears of the Varsity Blues when they were just pelting the ball downfield. Once that was taken away and they were forced to play left-handed, they did have a little bit of running back movement back there during those days. So I want to see if Toronto can find some semblance of a ground game and what that's going to look like if they are forced to go away from the pass in this one.
Yeah, and Jack Nyrose will certainly be the forefront of that. I think Scott Barnett as well, using his feet, is going to be a big opportunity, or he's going to have a big opportunity in this game. Two more games though, Connor. Guelph heading to the end of the 401 to play the Windsor Lancers in a game between two teams both looking for their first win of the year. As weird as it is to say that, both of these teams have looked very strong in their showing so far. Obviously, Windsor only having one game, but Guelph, we don't know what we're going to get at quarterback. Obviously, Aboud played the first half, McCray the entire second, and Guelph moved the ball well despite who was at the helm. And they really don't have a number one and a number two. So what are we going to get? Who is it going to be? Is it going to be a combination of both? That's the biggest question for me and the Guelph Griffins.
Absolutely. We know they're going to move the ball. The test for me with Windsor in this one is, are they going to keep up? So far, Guelph has been one of the flashiest offenses this year in the OUA season. We know they move the ball downfield really, really well. They are one of the most efficient offenses at doing so. And Windsor, we're talking about the matchup last week, right? We wanted to see Windsor get the ball downfield more. We know they have a defense that has the ability to take some of these plays away, but we want to see their offense now keep up with this Guelph Griffins passing attack, Guelph Griffins offensive attack, I should say.
Yeah, the interesting one for me, Connor, with Windsor trying to be so horizontal and spreading out defenses, the way Guelph plays that 3-4 with those big defensive ends that are really defensive tackle bodies with some speed, and the way their linebackers are physical on the edge, I would not be surprised to see them get a couple dents early in the run game and kind of force Windsor to get away from that. I also expect Windsor to try and hit a couple slips out into the flats and just kind of make sure they're playing honest after this one.
Definitely. Definitely. I'm envisioning much of the same in this one. The last game that we're going to talk about in this slate of OUA rundowns is the Carlton Ravens heading down the 401 to Waterloo to take on those newly refreshed Waterloo Warriors. I'm looking to see if they can keep this going. They had a really good ball game. It did come down to overtime in that 26-3 win over the Varsity Blues. Now they got a home game here. What are they going to do against a Carlton Ravens team that we know is going to like to put the ball in the air as well?
Yeah, and for me, Connor, Nick Orr, I believe he should be back this week. He left the game dinged up against the Varsity Blues. Nolan Caban came in and played great, but I'm expecting Nick Orr to be back after the week off. Carlton obviously had the bye week. I'm expecting Elijah Barnes to go for them, and you talked about him throwing the ball all over the place. Left-handed kid, young, athletic, is going to be able to throw the ball, but it's all about balance. And I want to see Waterloo get more consistent in the pass game. And I want to see Carlton develop and push that run game a little bit more than they showed in week one against Toronto.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I think that wraps it up here, unless you got any more points you want to make. But I think we've touched on all the games. We've hit all the marks that we are looking for in this weekend slate of games. I'm looking forward to it. I know you're looking forward to it. Last thing we got to say before we round this thing out: drink your BioSteel. We say it every week. Get hydrated, stay hydrated, get ready for game day with BioSteel.